This hammerhead needs a handle, and this applewood will do just the trick. Length here, so we'll go ahead and trim it down. So now we're going to balance this out on the lathe, make sure there's not too much wobble. So it looks like it's pretty stable on the ends, but there's a lot of wobble in the middle, and I guess that's because it's slightly bowed. And to make it a little easier on myself, I'll go ahead and knock off some of these high spots. And that should save a lot of time. It's a lot smoother. So you can see we've knocked off a lot of the big stuff. Still a lot to turn to get down to there, but it should be a little bit easier from here out. And this half is just about round. There's a bit more I can take off there until I can start working on this other side. So I think this half is straight enough for now. The gap is getting pretty large here, so I'm going to move it over and start straightening out the second half. So it's pretty much straightened out. You can see this side is pretty smooth. This side has a lot of chatter. So I guess at this point now I'm just going to try to make it all a little bit smoother and straighter, but it is pretty much in round. So the important part is that we don't go smaller than this diameter here. Otherwise it won't fit properly, at least on one of the ends. So overall, I'm thinking we're going to have a straight section here, a little bit of straight section here. That'll be the large diameter, and then it'll start to taper down gradually all the way until it will fit in here. And then at the end, I might go back and take a little bit off the top and the bottom here, not radially, but just to sort of give it an oblong shape for your hand. So I think that means the next step is to take down this end here to this diameter to match up here. And that's about the right diameter for this to fit on, of course, after removing some material off the sides. After we flatten these two sides, it should be able to slide on with a little bit of room on the top. So I think this is about all I'm going to do on the lathe. Actually, I might sand a little more now, but I think the other shaping that I'll do will just be with a draw knife or something, so that we can get this flattened so it can fit on, and so I can do a little bit of flattening down here. But I kind of like the plain style. I think it goes with the big blacksmith type head. And I'll go ahead and take the rust off and go ahead and sand this down. So this actually came off of the apple tree when we were printing it. It's been sitting for about a year, so it's working pretty well. It's pretty dry. Actually, we're going to try taking it off the lathe, and the belt sander should be good to remove the bulk of the material underneath. Definitely starting to feel better in my hand. I think I'm going to keep going a little bit more, thin it up, and I'm also going to try to sort of round these edges that I've created. Really starting to feel more like a handle than just a cylinder. I can sort of feel my hand fall into this one place. I think that feels really nice. It's starting to take shape. All of the components of the hammer are complete. You can see I've cut a groove here. Also, I've put a hole in the bottom to try to stop the groove from propagating as a crack. I just have a walnut wedge here, and I'll assemble all of this together, and I'll also add some epoxy in there. There's a little bit there at the bottom. We'll go ahead and hammer this in. You can see the epoxy really coming out of the gap there. That means the wood is displacing it, which is good. It's filling up that gap. It's really on there. Don't feel any wobble at all. And that looks pretty nice. I think it's ready for blacksmith. Forge with this thing.